We tend to look at money as a hard science, a discipline of complex mathematics, elite intellect, and institutional access reserved for places like Wall Street. But consider a simple scenario. Two people enter the workforce on the exact same day. For 40 years, they earn the exact same median salary. This chart shows what happens to their net worth over that time. As they reach retirement age at 65, their paths violently diverge. One curve shoots upward, leaving them a multimillionaire. The other plummets below zero, ending in heavy debt. If building wealth were purely a mathematical equation, identical incomes would produce identical outcomes. The discrepancy between these two people has absolutely nothing to do with their IQ. Financial success is a soft skill. It's a psychological practice where your behavior and emotional control dictate your outcome far more than your technical intelligence. People rarely make truly erratic financial decisions. Whether someone saves aggressively or spends freely, their choices usually follow a strict logic, dictated entirely by the unique economic environment they experienced growing up. We like to attribute success entirely to hard work, but every financial outcome is heavily influenced by two hidden variables: luck and timing. Take Bill Gates. His baseline intelligence is obviously high, but his extreme success required a highly specific, era-dependent advantage. He had rare, nearly unlimited access to a computer at a time when almost no one else did. Countless individuals with the exact same intellectual capacity lacked that specific geographic and temporal luck, and their financial trajectories look entirely different. Because luck and risk control so much of the board, assuming intelligence guarantees victory is dangerous. The data suggests we should stay humble when we succeed and highly cautious when we take risks. Highly intelligent people regularly go broke because they let their ego control their wallet. They spend money specifically to signal their status to other people. Buying high-end items creates a false image of wealth. True wealth is determined by a very simple equation. It is the money you keep, not the money you spend. The financial life cycle is actually split into two entirely different contradictory skill sets: getting rich and staying rich. Getting rich requires high risk tolerance. You make aggressive moves, seeking friction and relying on relentless ambition to push through barriers. But staying rich demands the exact opposite. You need extreme discipline, paranoia, and the complete suppression of ego to defend assets from catastrophic losses. The very aggression and ego required to acquire wealth in the first place is the exact mechanism that will destroy it if you fail to adapt in the second phase. In engineering, designers use a margin of safety. They build structures to handle significantly more physical weight than they expect them to ever carry. Applied to personal finance, this means maintaining large emergency funds and strictly avoiding over-leverage. You need enough buffer in your accounts to survive unpredictable life shocks. This buffer is the difference between a mathematically perfect, 100% rational financial plan and a simple, reasonable one. A highly optimized portfolio graphs upward efficiently, but when the market violently dips, the investor panics and the plan shatters. A reasonable plan has a margin of safety, allowing the investor to tolerate the dip and stick with it for exponential compounding. Long-term consistency and patience will mathematically outperform peak intelligence that is applied inconsistently. We need to redefine the endgame of money. The primary utility of capital is not to accumulate dollars to buy more material goods. Its highest purpose is to buy the ultimate invisible asset: autonomy. Real wealth is having absolute, uncompromising control over your own time and your own schedule. You see the practical markers of this freedom in quiet, everyday moments. The ability to wake up when your body is ready, to work entirely on your own terms, and the supreme power to simply say no to things you don't want to do. Achieving this state of freedom does not require you to be a Wall Street genius, and it certainly doesn't require taking extreme risks. It requires the execution of simple, unsexy habits, like consistently living below your means and investing for the long term. Financial freedom is not a measure of your intelligence. It is the alchemy of patience, discipline, and behavior control. True mastery over your bank account begins with mastery over yourself.